Hello, hello. Good morning. We're going to wait for y'all to be notified that we're on, we're live. Awesome. Okay. I'm hoping that as many of us can hop on live together today, because when you tap in a group, I don't know what happens, but it just amps up the power of it all. So let's see who can come in. I don't know if it's going to let me see who's here or any comments today. It's all good. All right, so I hope you're doing well. We are on week 2 of the Awaken the Power of Your Subconscious Mind free program. We have 2 more weeks to go still, and we've been just like jam-packed full of knowledge and support, and I hope that you are already feeling more powerful. Hey, Kayla. I hope that you're feeling just in your body and more than capable of creating your life and learning how to create your life. You know, like each moment of every day, you literally have the choice to choose to align with heaven or hell, right? And it's all on what we're choosing to feel or choosing to experience, what we're choosing to place our attention on. And there's a lot of dark, heavy shit happening, right? So, I mean, fully believe in being an activist and knowing what's up and speaking your truth, but also know, hey Megs, also know when it's time to take that step back and just still be in your heart. And can you also consume things and be an activist for things while still being in your heart space, right? And I guess while we're waiting to see if anybody else can join live, I'm going to go off on like a very quick tangent. But in saying that, you know, something I've been hearing a lot lately is calling people sheep and all of that, who may be more so one with what the government is saying and all of that. And it's just, to me, that's not very heart-centered, right? Like we can speak our truth, whatever it is that we do believe in, while being very much in our heart. So, and that all ties with, you know, creating your life. Like, what do you want to be focusing on? How do you want to be feeling? How do you want to be showing up? What do you want your life to be unfolding into? Because again, if we're still focusing on this same crap that lowers our vibration, we're still responding to it with a low vibration and still reacting to it with that low vibration, it's still creating the same old, right? So just shifting into more into love, more into that unity, into oneness. So today we have an EFT tapping script, emotional freedom technique. This week we are working through resistance, the resistance of the change, as we're changing our mindset, changing what we think and how we speak and what we're choosing to focus on. Again, we're breaking the neurons within our brain. We're breaking those pathways and creating new pathways. It is literally creating havoc in the body. However, the havoc will not be there forever. It will dissipate until you get to your next dream, your next goal. And then you have to go through the shifting of what's no longer serving, stepping more so into who you are to be. And then again, there's going to be more discomfort that comes along with it. But like we talked about yesterday, resistance is one of our greatest teachers. If we sit back and really just ask it what it's trying to teach us, what it's trying to show us, it's usually going to show us things that we can drop and release from our reality, from our schedule. It's helping us to create more boundaries, saying no to more things, like just not being someone who says yes to everything, asking for help finally, learning how to delegate, all those types of things. Resistance can be a really, really beautiful teacher. So with that said, EFT tapping is a really great tool to help you move through the resistance. And I really want to break away from all these things of having to do in order to create your life, in order to move through the resistance, because doing is still moving like in the complete opposite direction. Doing is just like the busy work of it all, when more so we just want to be what do we need to be in order to create that reality, in order to awaken that power within the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind, the language of it is feeling. So we're dropping the doing and more so coming into the beingness of it all. And so EFT tapping is a really great way to help you settle more into that being. So there's a couple different ways that you can EFT tap, and I'll go through a couple different versions for you, but we're going to focus on a main one today. And the main one that we're going to focus on today is when I actually learned from Gabby Bernstein and the way that she teaches it. So when we EFT tap, so first of all, EFT tapping is really great to help you to release like that chaos that's within the body, release the anxiousness, the resistance, right? It's also a really great tool to use for if you're breaking an addiction. Also, we are breaking addictions to our same old thoughts right now. Breaking addiction to a chemical substance. A chemical substance could also be the fight or flight response. And then also EFT tapping is really awesome for phobias and releasing those phobias. And also Dawson Church, have you guys ever heard of him? He has created a really awesome EFT tapping into meditation technique as well. I actually have it on my Breathe and Receive membership. I think it's in the heart anchoring portion of the membership. I can't really remember, but that's really cool for if you are experiencing a really busy mind when you go to sit down for meditation for whatever reason it is. Maybe you kind of just like woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you woke up and just unconsciously grabbed your phone and started scrolling through social media before getting into your meditation. It happens to the best of us, right? And so it can be hard to quiet our mind. And so sometimes we can EFT tap before going into the meditation, or EFT tap and to replace the meditation for that day. Okay, because I am a big believer in setting some time aside for yourself every single morning before you start your day to just connect with you, your higher self, soul, spirit, God, Jesus, Mother Mary, whoever the heck that it is that you connect with. So, EFT tapping is a series of hitting different pressure points along your body while also kind of using word vomit to just get it all out of you. So in this whole spiritual community, it's really encouraged to speak about what it is that you do want and focus on what it is that you do want and how you want to feel and how you want your life to turn out. But EFT tapping is a great way to just be negative and just get it all out, all that word vomit out. And you always start off with like a positive, expressing how you're feeling, but choosing to still love yourself through it. Hey, good morning. You express like all the feelings, just getting it all out, getting as negative and vomiting it all out as much as you need. And then you end with that positive. And it will always shift you to a more elevated experience. It's really quite remarkable. So this whole idea of tapping these different pressure points along the body is kind of like the same idea as acupuncture, except the good thing is that you don't need to go to school for this. And it's very safe because there's no needles. You're just literally using your fingers. So let me just show you the hand placements first, and then we'll begin to go into it together. So I tap actually with my non-dominant hand. It's just always what's felt best to me. So you can tap with either hand that you want, and you want to tap with either 3 or 4 fingers. Main reason is so that you hit the actual pressure point, because I don't know exactly where each pressure point is. I don't, study acupuncture or pressure points really. So as long as you're tapping in the area with 3 or 4 fingers, you're bound to connect with it. So the first one is the karate chop. You tap on the opposite hand's pinky side, top of the head. And sometimes you'll see me tap with one hand at the top of the head. Sometimes I'll do 2. It's all of what feels good to you. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. I don't think. It's just what feels good, as well as it doesn't matter how many times you tap. Again, just do what feels good. Then your forehead and between your eyebrows, side eye, under eye, and it's a gentle tap. We're not beating ourselves here. Top of the lip, bottom of the lip, collarbone area. I usually use 2 hands here, but sometimes 1. And then you're going to want to come under the armpit. Ladies, it's kind of like where your bra strap is, or so kind of like in like the nipple line. Tapping there. Okay. So as you're going in this series, you are, like I said, kind of just like expressing what's going on, how you're feeling, and word vomiting it out. So the way that Gabby Bernstein teaches it, which I think is really great for what we're going through right now, is you tap in a series, and each time you kind of ask yourself, all right, how am I feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being very low anxiety, you're feeling pretty present, at peace with yourself, and a 10 being very high anxiety, very uncomfortable, like crawling in your skin, your mind won't shut off kind of thing, like the most extreme, like we're talking pretty much like panic attack levels, a 10, okay? And so you don't have to be having like an anxiety attack or panic attack for you to use this. What I want you to really focus on for this, and you can feel free to use this on your own however you need it. Like I said, it's fantastic for breaking addictions and all that good stuff. But, right now, as we're talking about working through the resistance, moving through the resistance of creating our dream life and awakening the power of our subconscious mind, this is more so of like, all right, how uncomfortable am I in my skin? How much resistance is showing up for me? Does that make sense? Like, it's just, you're experiencing all that discomfort, all those growing pains, because that's what we're going to tap about today. Okay. So in saying that, just like asking yourself, and right now you might be feeling really fantastic, very good. Asking yourself right now from a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with your anxiousness and with your discomfort resistance level? And if you feel like it, you can place it. You can let us know in the comments where you're at. And then let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So you can repeat after me silently or out loud. Starting with the karate chop. Even though I am feeling a lot of discomfort in my body, I choose to completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling discomfort in my body, I choose to completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling uncomfortable in my body, I choose to completely love, honor, and accept myself. There's moments where my mind does not want to shut off. I catch myself thinking about the past and worrying about the future. And I feel a ton of resistance within my body. And even though I know that how I'm feeling is creating my future, I'm having a hard time releasing. When I think these negative things, my body responds as if it is happening now. And I become a reactor. I feel impatient. I'm crawling in my skin. And I just don't enjoy who I am when I feel this way. I don't enjoy how I treat myself or how I treat others when I'm stuck in this resistance. And it feels like I'm stuck on a hamster wheel. And no matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to settle down. But I do know that I am learning, and each day is getting better and better. I know that each day I'm releasing more and more resistance to my past. And I choose to completely love, honor, and accept myself. So using Gabby Bernstein's technique, you would now pause and ask yourself, where am I now on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the least amount of discomfort and anxiousness, 10 being the highest. So if you started off at like a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, hopefully now you're at a 5 or a 4, or even a 3. I would say if you're at a 3 and under, to continue and just to now just like, get into your meditation or carry on with your day. But if you're still like a 5, 6, 7, 5 and up, 4 and up, I would do another round. And so you keep assessing where you're at to see how the tapping is able to lower that response, lower the discomfort and resistance. Okay? That makes sense to everybody? I forgot to mention that when you're EFT tapping, that sometimes you may start to yawn a lot or even burp a lot. And honestly, I really don't understand why. I've never looked into the why behind that, but if that was happening for you, it's quite normal. Jen says that she's using her release and velour oils while tapping. Yes. I forgot to mention that as well. Using essential oils to tap is also really amazing. You can put them on your fingers and tap along to those pressure points. So that was one way to do the tapping. There's another couple really quick ways to tap. And it's the same thing, essentially, except you're not going to rate yourself on how you're feeling. And one of them is actually just using kind of like positive affirmations while tapping. This is something, I don't know if this is actually taught, but it's something that I started doing with one of my clients because she feels really good with the tapping and loves positive affirmations. So we put them together and she just taps all of the pressure points and just using her positive affirmations of loving herself and choosing herself and finding compassion for herself. Also, you can just do the tapping with the whole word vomiting ending always with that positive without rating yourself and just doing it that one time and just moving forward. I suggest, though, either using it as the positive affirmations or using that scale system so you can make sure that you're using it to its fullest advantage to get yourself off that ledge and to show yourself that like it really is working and it is doing something, it is calming you down. So also too, like I said, if you're somebody who's desiring to meditate or you currently do meditate, just sometimes it's hard for you to quiet your mind, you can EFT tap before getting into the meditation. You can go right from the tapping and then right into that meditation. And it just will help to really just calm down the nervous system and help you be more into that present moment. Okay. So if there is any questions, please let me know below. I hope that I gave a good description of the EFT tapping. If you need anything, please reach out. I think I have a paper on my computer that shows all the tapping points. And if I do, I'll put that in the group. So feel free to use this as often as possible. You literally cannot use this too much. For an example, if you also were using this to break free of an addiction, say you smoke cigarettes, you're trying to break free of that. Every time you want to have a cigarette, you can just tap instead, tapping through the discomfort you're feeling in your body, tapping through what's making you want to have the cigarette, the cravings. I've used this with clients who, with like overeating, pausing and asking yourself, am I really hungry? What is this craving trying to show me? What's it trying to teach me? Tapping through that. You can use it for so many things. You can use it for your fears and phobias. Just like working through what those fears and phobias are, why they're existing, what it's trying to tell you. Okay. So many different ways. Like I said, please reach out if you have any questions. My Breathe and Receive membership is full of EFT tapping scripts. One time I took like a whole afternoon and I filmed all of the tapping scripts in one afternoon, and it felt like I had healed my entire life. It was amazing. I felt so good. So there's hours of them on that membership. That membership's $25 a month, no contracts. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link to that below. Alrighty, so tomorrow I'll see you guys at 1:30. We are meditating again. The meditation's kind of a theme for Fridays, it feels like. Tomorrow we're going to be using breath and a cord cutting meditation technique to help you to learn how to release even more resistance. And then that will conclude the Working Through Resistance week. And next week we go into a whole week of embodiment. So next week's going to be really quite magical. So thanks, guys, so much. I hope you enjoy your afternoon. Well, it's still morning, technically, here. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern. Enjoy your day. Bye.